Stories for Emilia. With a little bit of imagination, anything can happen. Grandma and Grandpa Babysit. This is Emilia's Grandma and Grandpa, and they are very happy and excited because tonight they are going to babysit for Emilia. Emilia lives at number 17, and this is her front door. Grandma and Grandpa have arrived. They're very excited. They knock on the door. They always have such amazing adventures when they come to babysit for Emilia. Emilia's mama and daddy are going out, and they've left a list for Grandma and Grandpa to follow. The list says bath time, playtime, milk and a snack, brush teeth, 7 p.m, bedtime. Thank you. Grandma and Grandpa say goodbye to Mama and Daddy. Have a lovely time. We'll be fine. Grandma says, first thing on the list, bath time. Emilia loves it when Grandma and Grandpa come to babysit because they always say, with a little imagination, anything can happen. Ship ahoy, said Grandma. Suddenly, the bathtub turned into a boat and Emilia had to start rowing. Faster, faster, said Grandma. Keep rowing. Bath time in the boat was such fun. Emilia made friends with a purple octopus, a shark, and a little starfish. Goodbye, sea creatures, said Grandma. Bath time's over. In a flash, Emilia was out of the bath and into her pyjamas. Grandpa checked the list. Playtime next. Brilliant, he said. I love playtime. What shall we do next, said Emilia. What shall we play? Well, with a little imagination, anything could happen, said Grandpa. Hop on. With a little bit of magic, Grandpa turned into a unicorn. Emilia rode the unicorn round and round. Emilia had a magical time, but the unicorn was very tired and said, it's time for me to stop now. Goodbye, Emilia, said the unicorn. Goodbye, unicorn, said Emilia. With a little imagination, Emilia turned into a fairy. With blue fairy wings, and she sprinkled fairy dust everywhere. Oh, look, said Grandma and Grandpa. There's the door to the fairy kingdom. Emilia danced and twirled in her fairy wings. And then she had a peek inside the fairy kingdom. Grandma said, number 3 on the list. Time for your milk and a snack. Emilia's fairy wings disappeared like magic. There was a knock at the door. Grandma said, I can't imagine who that can be. Emilia said, but Grandma, there's nobody here. There was a knock on the door again. But this time, can you see who it is? Good evening, Mr. Panther, said Grandma. Oh, come in, said Emilia. It's milk and snack time. Come in. Please do take a seat, Mr. Panther, said Grandma. Emilia said to Mr. Panther, "Please help yourself to milk and cookies. And Grandma's bringing a special treat. We always have a treat when Grandma and Grandpa are babysitting." "Ooh, ice cream," said Emilia. "My favourite." "Very special ice cream," said Grandma. 1 scoop of carrot ice cream, 1 scoop of Brussels sprout ice cream, and 1 scoop of beetroot ice cream. It is very important to eat your vegetables, Emilia. And you too, Mr. Panther. Grandma said snack time was over. It was time for Mr. Panther to go. He thanked Grandma for the lovely milk and cookies and the very unusual ice cream. Grandma said, "Goodbye, Mr. Panther." Grandpa said, "Goodbye, Mr. Panther. See you again soon. Goodbye." They all said goodbye to Mr. Panther. "Well, imagine that," said Grandma. "A panther coming to visit." Indeed," said Grandpa. "Imagine that." "Time to brush your teeth," said Grandma. "I don't want to brush my teeth," said Emilia. "I just don't want to." Grandma said, "Well, we have to look after our teeth, Emilia. But I have a very special toothpaste for you tonight. If you close your eyes and imagine, it's chocolate mint flavour." Emilia closed her eyes and started to brush her teeth. "It's chocolate mint flavour. I love brushing my teeth, Grandma," said Emilia. "Oh, 7 o'clock, bedtime, Emilia," said Grandma and Grandpa. "I'll get the bedtime story," said Grandpa. "And Emilia will need to climb up Pillow Mountain to get to bed." Grandpa called out, "Emilia, bedtime." "Here I am, Grandpa. I'm at the top of Pillow Mountain," said Emilia. "Come on, Emilia," said Grandma and Grandpa. "It's bedtime now. We've checked the list. It's the last thing on the list. Bedtime. Grandpa's going to tell you a story about how Emilia went to sleep on the moon," said Grandma. "Hold tight, Emilia. Off we go. We're going to the moon." Up, up, up they went, floating through the sky and all the twinkling stars. Grandma and Grandpa made the most softest, comfiest, cosy bed in all the world on the moon. Before Grandpa could finish reading the bedtime story, Emilia was fast asleep. And very soon Mama and Daddy returned from their night out, and they'd had a lovely time. They popped in to see Emilia and give her a good-night kiss, very quietly, so they didn't wake her up. Mama and Daddy asked Grandma and Grandpa, "Was everything okay?" "Oh, yes," they said. Emilia was as good as gold. "What did you do?" said Mama. Oh, nothing much, said Grandma and Grandpa. Daddy said, I can't imagine what you two have been up to. Time to go home, said Grandma and Grandpa. We'll babysit any time, just let us know, they said. Bye. Good night. Grandma and Grandpa love to babysit for Emilia. Do you like it when you have a babysitter?